All right, you guys, if your nightstand clutter is keeping you up at night, Orly has a genius solution that will keep all of our favorite items organized, but still within arm's reach.
Exactly, that's the key, within arm's reach.
Yes.
Yeah, look at this, how cool is this? So I created something that's gonna go on either side of your bed. It's fully customizable with each individual pocket based off whatever you need. I mean, this is really great, you know, especially for kids in college dorm rooms that don't have, you know, nightstands.
Ooh.
So useful.
Yes, so much. Okay, how do we get started?
So the first thing that you need to do is get your fabric. So I would just remind you guys that the way this is actually created is it starts on the side here, it goes up under the mattress and extends to the other side. So there's a whole second one on the other side there. So keep that in mind, knowing that there's gonna be a couple of feet of fabric that you're not gonna see. Don't buy like the most expensive fabric.
Oh,
You're only
right.
gonna be seeing a little bit of this. So that's one thing, you need your fabric, and this is a sewing project, so we do need a sewing machine.
Okay.
What you want to do is take some measurements. So first you're going to measure the width of your bed. So that's just the width of your mattress based off whatever size bed you have. And then decide how deep you want the pockets. That really has to do with what you're putting inside of them. This pocket here is about 12 inches.
Okay.
So for me, I knew the mattress was 53 inches wide. And then I added 12 inches on one side, 12 inches on the other side. And that gave me the length of my fabric that I needed.
All right,
Right?
simple addition.
Exactly. So this is that piece right there. This is sort of a miniature version I want to recreate here. So this is the long piece. Now what I've done is I've taken my contrasted fabric, which is, this is that 12-inch piece, right, for my pocket. But you can see I made it about an inch bigger all the way around because it's going to allow me to fold it over and create a nice, clean, finished hem all the way around. So what you want to
Right,
do
'cause
is
you'll see it from the sides when things are in there, right?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and actually I have this upside down. You can see here I've already hemmed the top. This is going to become the top of our pocket. So I wanted to make sure that that's really nice and clean. So that obviously goes up like this, facing up, because this bottom part is going to be our pocket. Now what I do is I take this and I just fold it and pin, and I'm going to sew all of this closed. So you go all along the side, making sure that you're sandwiching both fabrics together. And then on the bottom here, fold it under like that.
Okay.
And this is actually how we create like the pocket.
I love it. You know, you talked about how great this is for kids. I'm like envisioning this on my bed though, but in white. So it just looks really pretty and minimalistic. Like I always have so much stuff on my like dresser next to the bed and it looks really cluttered, but I want my home to be like a really serene place. So I want to get all that clutter off. So I am taking notes.
That's a really good idea. Yeah, it can be really elevated just simply based off the fabric that you choose. So the next thing we do here is we're just gonna stitch a straight stitch going from the top all the way down the side, turn your needle, you're gonna go straight down the bottom. This is closing up our pocket so nothing will fall out, and back up the side. You're gonna leave all this open because obviously that's your pocket.
Okay.
Right?
All right, so that's one big pocket, but we need to, you say we can customize this to fit exactly what we want to put in there.
Exactly. So Allie, I would love you to do that part for me if you can. So you can see I've created one here, and it's just a simple line straight up and down that creates an individual pocket right there. So what you can do is decide like, what would you want next to your
this
bed?
one is perfect. I feel like you already know that I want to put an iPhone in there.
Cell phone?
Some cell phone in there for sure.
Perfect.
And then let me see. Oh, I have like a little eye mask that I might want to put in.
Oh, cute.
That's probably about, honestly, a similar size.
Perfect.
I'm not doing much reading these days because I have 2 kids, 3 and under, but
The minute you hit the bed, you're out.
yes, before I'd like to read a book here and there. So I feel like I'd want to make one the size for a book. Let's see, I'll put it here. And then maybe like a water bottle. Maybe I'll divide this in half. I mean, I always have to drink water in the middle of the night, so that is perfect.
Perfect.
Right there.
So see, now these chalk lines give us a guide for sewing. So now all I'm gonna do is come here to my sewing machine and I'm gonna do a simple straight stitch. So this is where my chalk line is, right in the middle. I'm gonna put my needle down, presser foot down, and anytime you're sewing, you always double back. So you go forward, press the reverse, go back, that way it's not gonna come undone. And now I'm just gonna follow that line. Make sure that as you're sewing, you can feel that your fabric isn't bunching up, that you're not accidentally sewing something you don't want to. Once we get to the top, we're gonna double back just the same as we did.
Oh, you do that every time you sew something? I can tell I sew all the time.
No, yeah, beginning and end. You always do beginning and end because if anything were to come apart, that's where it would start to unravel. Is the beginning and the end.
Could you need to be particular about the kind? I mean, I know you said don't get too expensive fabric, but is there like the best kind of fabric or something really tough or cotton or satin?
I would say it's 2 things to consider. One is just like you said, kind of tough, the strength so that it's strong enough to hold and it's not going to rip apart. The other thing is really just aesthetic. What is the look, just like we talked about.
Right.
What's the look that's going to work with your bedroom? If this is a teenager, if this is a little kid, if this is a beautiful, gorgeous white bedroom like yours, what elevates it? Because the functionality, it's a very simple process to create a pocket, create your dividers, and you're good to go.
What if the bed's like up against a wall though? What would you do then?
So in that case, let's say we didn't have that full distance, right, where I've got one on this side and one on that. I would just make it twice as wide. So it basically runs the full length that your bed skirt runs. And so you've got it all along the sides. The things that you really need to grab throughout the night are here, and the other ones that you have maybe in the morning or, you know, later on you can have towards the foot of your bed.
What about the fabric in the middle? Does it still have to go all the way to the other end of the bed?
Yeah, so I would say just for weight purposes, you kind of want to run it to maybe about half. The weight of the mattress sitting on half of that will prevent it from pulling out. Or one last thing is if you have a bed frame, you could actually create it where you're tucking it like into the bed frame. You know what I mean?
And the mattress would just keep it in there.
Exactly.
I could see my daughter Molly putting like all her little stuffed animals in there. Like my
Oh my God, I love that so much. Each little face popping out.
Yeah, just like that. Orly. For full instructions, they are available at homeworkchannel.com. And of course, keep up with Orly on her website.